preheat duration varies depending on TriPac engine coolant temperature. The warmer the coolant, the shorter the preheat. The colder the coolant, the longer the preheat. Once adequately preheated, the engine will start. After the engine is started, the AC system compressor clutch will engage, and the system will begin to lower the temperature in the sleeper. Once the AC system is running, it will operate continuously until sleeper temperature reaches the HMI set point temperature. Once set point temperature is achieved, the AC system will remain on for an additional 15 minutes minimum. This helps ensure the truck batteries are sufficiently charged. Once both the set point temperature and truck battery voltage level are satisfied, the engine will shut down. This is normal. If the heating mode is selected, the air heater will operate until sleeper temperature reaches the HMI set point temperature. Once the desired set point is achieved, the heater will shut off. If the APU is enabled, the evaporator fan can be on to circulate more air. However, it's recommended that the evaporator fan be turned off while operating in the heat mode. Note: the APU must be enabled in order for the battery voltage sensing and optional Arctic package circuitry to function. If the unit has the optional Arctic package, engine coolant temperature must also be satisfied before the engine will shut down. Whether cooling or heating, once set point has been achieved, the TriPac engine may shut down. As previously mentioned, this is normal. To select the null mode, repeatedly press the mode key until no LEDs are illuminated. This mode should be selected anytime the tractor will be off for extended periods of time. During null mode operation, the unit does not cool or heat the cab and sleeper. However, it does monitor and maintain battery voltage by automatically starting and running the unit to recharge the batteries if necessary. If the unit has the optional Arctic package, engine coolant temperature will also be monitored and maintained. If engine coolant temperature becomes too cold, the unit will automatically restart to warm engine coolant temperature sufficiently to ensure reliable cold weather starts. As with the operating mode, when the unit is first started, the HMI controller will default to the previously selected high, medium, or low fan speed setting. To change the speed, repeatedly press the fan speed key until the desired speed is selected and the corresponding fan speed LED illuminates. To turn the fans off during the heat mode, repeatedly press the fan speed key until no LEDs are illuminated. The fan operation cannot be turned off when operating in the AC mode. Continuous air circulation must exist to prevent the evaporator coil from freezing up. The auto fan speed selection feature is not currently used. To change set point temperature, press the up or down key to raise or lower the temperature. As previously mentioned, each time a key is pressed, the display will increment up or down by 1 degree, and pressing a key continuously will scroll the display. Once the desired temperature appears on the display, the set point will be changed to the value shown. The lower right LED indicates that set point temperature is currently being displayed. The TriPac HMI monitors system operation and has several system fault alarm codes that can be generated. If a malfunction occurs, the red fault LED will illuminate, and the associated alarm code will be displayed. If a problem occurs in the engine run safety circuit, code ENG will be displayed. This can be caused by an open engine reset switch or the engine compartment on-off switch being in the off position. Typical causes for an open engine reset switch are low engine oil pressure, high engine coolant temperature, or a failure to start. Code ACS will appear if an abnormal AC system condition has occurred. Typical causes are high refrigerant discharge pressure or low system pressure. Code ALT will appear if an alternator charging system failure occurs. This code will appear if there is no alternator output after 2 minutes of operation. If the system fault LED illuminates and any of these codes appear on the display, write down the code. If the alarm was the result of a momentary or temporary condition, you may be able to clear the alarm yourself. Before doing so, however, first be sure to write down the alarm code. To attempt to clear the alarm, turn the unit off by pressing the HMI main power key. If the alarm is an ENG, or engine alarm, check the engine reset switch. If the switch is tripped, it must be reset to allow the TriPac engine to be restarted. If the switch trips again after being reset, contact a Thermo King dealer for assistance. Pre-trip inspections and routine maintenance are an important part of any preventive maintenance program and are designed to minimize operating problems and over-the-road breakdowns. Before each trip, perform the following. Check the engine oil level and ensure it's up to the full mark. If oil is needed, add the recommended and approved type of oil. Refer to the operator's manual for approved oil specifications. Before adding oil, remove the oil dipstick to vent internal crankcase pressure. When adding oil, add it into the side or very slowly into the top oil fill hole. Inspect belt condition and that there is adequate tension to prevent slippage. Visually inspect the unit for leaks, loose or broken parts, and other damage. Make sure the condenser, evaporator, and pre-cooler coils are clean and free of debris. Check the air heater exhaust pipe and intake tube for damage or obstructions. Start the unit and listen for any unusual noises or vibrations. Some units may also have optional features and components such as an 1800-watt electrical power inverter that provides 120-volt AC power for operating onboard appliances, a standby integration feature with dash-mounted integration selector switch to prevent the TriPac engine and the truck engine from running simultaneously, an Arctic package that senses low engine coolant temperature and will start the TriPac automatically to keep the engine coolant warm for even easier cold weather starts. If the unit is equipped with an optional 12-volt DC to 120-volt AC power inverter, refer to the inverter manufacturer's documentation for operating instructions and precautions. Be sure to follow all recommended safety precautions. The HMI controller also has an optional standby mode that allows the unit to be controlled by the truck's ignition switch. If this feature has been enabled, the display will show SBY. When the truck's ignition switch is in the off or accessory position, the TriPac APU will operate normally if the engine on-off switch and HMI main power key are on. If the truck's ignition switch is on, the HMI controller will be forced into the standby mode. During standby, the controller is temporarily disabled, and none of the TriPac systems will operate. This helps ensure the TriPac engine and the truck engine do not operate at the same time. If the unit has the standby truck integration option, when the truck's ignition switch is in the off or accessory position, the TriPac will operate normally as long as the APU engine on-off switch and the HMI controller power key are on. If the truck's ignition switch is on, the HMI will be forced to the standby mode. If the unit has the optional truck integration selector switch and it is in the on or normal position, the unit will operate as just described. If the switch is off or in the standby position, the unit will be forced into the standby mode. Placing the switch in the off or standby position prevents unexpected, unwanted, or undesirable unit startups from occurring during fuel stops, yard operations, short tractor moves, and short rest breaks. Knowing how to operate Thermo King TriPac auxiliary power units helps make your job easier and ensures you can rest comfortably wherever your travels may take you.